And we're gonna try some more limericks. A chain of limericks with which to draw the world. Yeah.
What follows? An epic poem, measured in limericks, machine learned prose. Go cut you some limes, it's ribaldry time. Let's see what fresh hells have arose. The limerick packs laughs anatomical into space that is quite economical. But the good ones I've seen so seldom are clean, and the clean ones so seldom are comical. There was a young lady of Norway who hung by her toes in the doorway. She said to her beau, "Just look at me, Joe. I think I've discovered one more way. If I have to riddle it out, and if the theme is sufficiently cogent by jigs, wayards, tithers, rosals, and some rave, one moment. Then there's this damn tinsel." In a list of verse forms, the limerick is called a round, where each line's identical length. The one is drawn like an onion, rounder than an OS curve and ribbed along its curve, and like a bridge going back to where all rhyming's like chords and humma. Now's the time to guffaw. No, if it has the same melody, or in one phrase goes backwards, you could go all the way back to what a well-known church of mine began. And all it needs is a tiny piece of truth, which is some fun in it. When we come to what one critic said of my best work, he said, "We all have a good chuckle who always was sure that an 11-pound two-headed calf must be dull of heart." I would then draw myself up tall and stiff. What have they ever made that was fine, at which he should then express relief? Indeed, my critics, if so he still thinks, now say my lines are the pits. They failed to connect and so lack continuity. My fancy is flown with what happens just when I sleep, and the houses seem different as could be from all that was shown in the book. The more of their lives could not possibly in show be said, but nothing else but all that was how my two-headed calf then was conceived. How glad I would be that 1 in 3 their mate could laugh. I say you are slow-paced and can't say chop full of ale. I'll go to their graves and dig. I pray their damn fool selves are in a state I never wish. When, like old Aesop, wanna end up healed and winged with laughter. When, like the Trojan, you're wet from laughing. Not only here do you have a show with what seems yourself writ large in person, that you have a voice that should not stop and talk so little, and then just to hear it end up going all out, then turning out to have gone its way in places which made me think the earlier end of laughter was probably trying, though we would not laugh now in order that the sadness was more widespread, for them too their heads may be so firmly down or turned on, like Achilles, which could not stand without pain, since one of the nails that fixed the shield to the forehead had gone right through it. "Not a chance," said I. "If you or another ever kill us, and we're alive, you will not touch any more, since it is quite impossible for us, owing to the intensity of our anger, to run away." I 12, and the speeches after it being reported thus. It has been explained why Hector and I 9 quoted Odyssey Roman 11. 40-41, he was reminding Agamemnon not to finish it, and if he could not be king of the battlefield, it might be Agamemnon would miss him and cry Hector, Hector, instead of Ares, Enyo, Enyo. Instead, he quotes Apollo. Elisha assured the country by Sinian Sea, as Aeschylus the playwright has it, "Where is lyrical sweetness?" telling that it could never come to any man who loved not Apollo. What he can't, therefore, but come up with here and turn off. but the major action would be enough to handle without, however necessary. You don't really need another big idea. Achilles can be met without getting the bad idea right back on Hector when the end is known. This was a farce. The reconstruction must then end on Egemans, thus much shall I report, etc. The book might better have ended. I met and made love and lapsed into sleep. And then when Hector awoke, the sound of wings were near him. All the land had turned into hell. They were sitting or flying all around on thunders with perched crowns of flickering red, while all the flowers blackened and then let fall a darkness over every light. That is as clear as the miller of Ventry where Cuchulain does the fighting too. The people would listen to that 1,000 times. One sort of death doesn't seem to tell at all except so as not to alarm or stop them doing it. It can be so neat that when they discover the trap or other blunder, they put the two ideas together like, now don't take a trip over Niagara Falls and for Pete's sake remember some about what will happen. They did not want a certain image in the background like any other damn soldier, but like any other damn farmer in Flanders, with all his fat back fence and corn enough to drown him with, as Achilles might have said. So Achilles did, when Ulysses said his war cry. That can always help you a certain amount, unless the fight be by gunpowder or such an encounters. The Iliad handles as naturalistic, where sometime by minute won't work. Do nothing for an instant, and the big battle scenes go all wrong. Thus by machinery can be forced and feigned and overwritten for that most delicate touch or dangerous prop, or used simply where the fine stage is like an ancient tent hung about and against with great signs, or hieroglyphs in strong lights. The heart of things may go in the mind. Achilles meets the fine god, and then Ulysses is pushed to him who he meets too. Then these fine superstitions meet, and there's a new complexity. But the Iliad could never go this fine where the wounds, say, have to work. Then an old actor in Greece, knowing exactly the power that it had for him as a young actor, too, saw an interesting mistake when Hector was hurt. After Achilles' encounter X, this famous question from Apollo at Lycia was held too long, and the full light which Apollo's answer threw on Achilles would never, except in so far as the love was false or doubtful, really be discovered again till it had passed through the fires, and he ended it now with that sense of death after living, and, besides that, to establish his tone towards all the gods in this dreadful mood. Thus, Father, when Hector did my arms hurt not to his single strength, which one strength shows to a very skilled person, even will surprise with honor for a moment while I pick the air with them for long and pull against me hard at first, will blow his heel upon them while he the anger grows on him does, which my proof no skill in his own armor may suppose. He does not seem in work yet when to me to bend the shield and leave his this for us that the weakest turn from one to another who fight better. Father, I do not know who came and seemed the sort to be a god among a field of common things, and so the man would call in right here the tower. We could wish to make the other side also plain, in which case Achilles must get from his enemy what he gets in Hector's case, but a moment's notice would tell you how many meanings this ending means to if it be noticed all. It must seem possible that any point between such beings should make an equal force work for each, so that the mind in me is whole. Of this war too in a future it may tell that wise Priam with his father did make peace. Hector of those two's wrath was do not hate, but love. So when Achilles after seeing Apollo also comes up, and so I'd best die and meet Hector, give a taste, the Greeks say, and also fools, are they all? Their games they spoil. The gods must pick the victim as, maybe, men and us do. just enough. Remember, Hector must think with Achilles, so that Hector now would mean his opponent, not him. That men say was proud. Since one can't quite claim one of our dictionaries, they mean each the opposite. Both of whom we know from birth have found life hard in this world's best country for them both way there. Is so much to have one needs all one's intelligence on the wing all the time, since there are few possessions, so they would remember those beginnings of things which the war and what follows has removed from us. It is so for the pure and finest play. We had not one of its own names, since Aeneas got Lavinium from Ascanius, whom he chosen instead of Aeneas, but being driven away later, thought it so fine, he asked Juturna, his own child, Venus-in-law, what was it the race who lived here ought to be called? I'd wish her to declare our native title if I but heard, said Juturna. Then she thought, go softly, before this darling he thinks, to him an august title first appear. If Achia be chosen name for him, the Grecians stated Hector's praises, that by winning that he rose on his father's ancestors' grandeur of achievement, that she dared say no more at once. Rather said, if you choose that, I too will say, daughter of Zeus, what Achia's or Rome's descendants wish, the mother shall they surely see so plain. The following generations shall give birth to splendid souls, noble, godlike, and in place where blaze the colors of an epic flame to tell old histories. Father Aeneas' power was everlasting here. He would raise his hall, build bold ships on great Aeolus, sure a race divine, that august race, our blood aligned, that heaven to promise could send. To follow Father Aeneas came a chase in my life too with these and other messages. No young woman here with red cheeks was not honored in what we saw was proper tribute that his wife a Hector and her right long before they welcomed Thetis, herself with proud claim to that Achaean origin her son, owned some tideless, narrow cave. If anything was a cousin Rome, I believe it was that the fierce hero too had his early cradling ground in the gods of Hellas, his father. Besides these ghosts among our ruins come other ghosts also, war Aeneas and what seemed the sack of Troy, also strangely caught in hell, that I think we cannot do otherwise than watch the story go. Really, you want to make works, we might find another way that keeps on leading us like the bee, by fits and starts and gleaners, from blossom to blossom, Oswald never comes leisurely. Out of the south, Hector has just got over that fatal wound, and that one sent by Apollo, whose dying thought is that Trojans must die, but honor has got him. So it does not do for one thing of it not to seem right, but to send the next on its head a second time. Such a second might look a gift. Hector might have said, after all, that was fair. Why not be still as men? Or so much so that they met a third time and with such blows. When man against man, Achilles is master, or not, but by a superstition about the blood. For this may be still better that he is sent into battle, not out of hate or because he has hurt friends, but for me thinks to have vengeance. No for that this you stand in awe. I think he'll win with that sort of foe. He must. With words or bodies you cannot get away with less. Veterans for 1 second listen. So that one breath out of his nostril sent it on my throat, and every tendril that will stir between my body and his, or against my leg, the flame he means to leave on the forest like a pathless. Nor let an oak or such have held the shock, say he. The test was when Achilles tore out those great nerves in the bottom of his heel, so his heel left an imprint, a hard pad, which bears so much more. This Hector stands still too long, but this was, with more signs to go against them, all that he was on with Achilles from then. I could, when they had tying, think him wiser not to dare anything, not one man. Achilles against 20,000. If any will lay down that rule over him who sets this old combat going after old death at Marathon if he can make good reasons not to. Just one. It is very usual. To a very real extent, one man being less important than other kinds is just the reason. Achilles means the rule to apply only when a few people in it are saying something important, and Hector should be forced to say gad. How odd men go round all out of kilter. Producer. Hi. That was great. That was really concept. The station ordered limericks. We are trying to go with low humor, low culture, comedy. And can you keep it noish? Thanks. What follows? An epic poem, measured in limericks, machine-learned prose. Go cut you some lines. It's ribaldry time. Let's see what fresh hells of arose. The limerick packs laughs anatomical into a space that is quite economical. But the good ones I've seen so seldom are clean, and the clean ones so seldom are comical. There was a young lady of Norway who hung by her toes in the doorway. She said to her beau, "Just look at me, Joe. I think I've discovered one more way. If I have to riddle it out, and if the theme is sufficiently coded by jigs, whale yachts, tithers, Russells, and some rave one moment, then there's this damn tinsel." In a list of verse forms, the limerick is called around. For each line's identical length, the one is drawn like an onion. My thoughts moving a lazy line, the limerick's no round at all. For look's sake. Those final words again appear in their start. Not honest this pack of all-known sleight of limers. Sebastian, though. Scott. Fleeing at 40,000, it happened in Ithaca. Cats shrieking over their slain kittens. He laughed over that sea. Driven on. What else? But always his huge son beside him. Will anyone, while you, my boy, do nothing, let this son, who sows behind him, sow your leaf too, or turn yourself from war. Time was a very nice little town, poor the hill rising by it, who may not sleep and cater the children. His eyes shut, as when in sleep some old house falls by that little port, while the ship's moored over the town as the billy boils in the house. There is but this for one heart still awake, for one mouth breathing. Useless, useless. There is still about to be gathered in, of whom nothing can happen but will be it well directed. So may those whom my lord will knows no better, my child, my blood. Yet surely an earth deep green war I looked for is preparing. O Ulysses, even now are these death-sparing vultures. Harrow the fertile field there, pull to the doors every sack. All sighed. Sarpent and the hero was down then, there, out of the gate. Pray take my left cry door, front in full voice. Oh, for some man narrow vision. Phoenix, Theseus, Hermes of Mars darts from your roving hand. Was spout to keep and scouts to bring. Just here a blight or there. Death loves us better than fate, even among so few and such scorn. These he knows better how to value, and any sane men who are walking. Swimmers, phoenix, whom it may not be on their heads this madness sip. Understand in due course. Producer, thanks for this new thing. It was a lot of effort, I'm sure. But comedy? I'm seeing vultures. I'm seeing war. Not very comical. But if you can prove me wrong, let's have some laughs on this next one. Thanks. What follows? A body poem, measured in limericks, machine learned prose. Go cut you some lines, it's ribaldry time. Let's see what fresh hells of a rose. The limerick packs laughs, anatomical into space that is quite economical. But the good ones I've seen so seldom are clean, and the clean ones so seldom are comical. There was a young lady of Norway who hung by her toes in the doorway. She said to her boo, "Just look at me, Joe. I think I've discovered one more way. If I have to riddle it out, and if the theme is sufficiently cogent by jigs, whaleyards, tithers, rusels, and some rave one moment, then there's this damn tinsel." In a list of verse forms, the limerick is called around. For each line's identical length, the one is drawn like an onion. My thoughts move in a lazy line, the limerick's no round at all. For luck's sake. Those final words again appear in their start. Not honest, this pack of all-known slide of limers. Oh, cats, I hate thy noises. I will make mine all quieter in any cage. Your wretched whiskers, however, shall be stuck over, I see. Saucy Scott, good evening. I say, said she. These limericks may come and never hear any. You need not your back as a footboard to ease as we stroll on. Now he looked at her pale side. She glum looked at his mouth. It will never go through as well as before I came. Curse thee, the sweetest days must change in all. Time turns upon my present once. Then time turns in my day and in my night once over me. Is it sweet? Go, birds. Sweet, sweeter day, and will not this. Where haste thou straight away? And the blush so slight. The tall lands, poured in greener rare thing. For our ranks the first line, grunted, for us a battle was made. Let no bird tell, if all sons should take aim, over him on one head or tress of grass. Our archers felt as his people now. Far, far! Rapid our victory is gone. Beauty to the woman's curse hath known. At hour now, in her deep eyes are one. But now down amongst our tints, there stand as they set for the war games begun. Last year, The magic, we must give the fool his fair reward. He is back from his wintry noonday drudging on the strand. He can ride at last again. That way, in a city all its own, which a way leads to, will set back, unspoken, yet this is, a star was brighter, and about a league further from shore at Taman had won the greatest day for Greece, the dawn that can never end. Where shall they rest, and rest here too until Ithaca, to bring his life a step near on either shore. Past the Ithaca island he led, too low with great slopes they had sunk in a storm with the foam frothing about a staked foreland that rises till a wooded realm makes one out of the hill's last steps. You would think one end in its forest did lift some wizard's houses where all Ithaca's runes lie scattered up and down their ether, by that he has fallen or found his place. Many great Odysseus that touched Mysie with the queen I missed. Having by the time I'd won round world, I meant to tell everything I had known, all, even in here. She never will. On one land or another, we'll break down there as a kingdom we get when we make a nation into one soul, and that along with a few feet under, or that might run down the other hill. Right, man. His servants are shouting up and down to other friends, so you watch in a deep boat out of the port machined landing stage under the usual tumult. So like your friends, we want to hear it close enough range to lift us any higher than two black streaks just saying in. Someone not as must give himself, but whose shoulders it is like it, or turning your head you don't turn the hell. Producer. I think this is great progress. But we are still waiting for laughs. Here, that injection was all the collective sitcoms humanity has ever produced. Catch up this weekend and let's see what you can give us on Monday. Thanks. What follows? A body poem, measured in limericks, machine-learned prose. Go cut you some limes, it's ribaldry time. Let's see what fresh hells of our rose. Sebastian, oh, Scott, let's talk about modern life then. I hear we've been hard at it ever since I got home, but then, when one goes off the deep end with work, life's the goblet's brim and these later times is it. What might any little tinkle that crosses it really matter? Or, maybe since life, they say, isn't a laughing matter, isn't much worth. Does a joke, maybe a squint here and a tongue's crook there, bring us a little, if no more, to something we call reality. Makes it show sorts, but whether a life, this side of the grave is enough. Since then you died. Since you died and still aren't dead, you tell me where I should find time to try anything yet in your half. The fatherly day still passes, yet it isn't long. I'm far off, a little mad thing at the head of a crowd which goes over us why so fast. You cannot stop it since time as though your death wasn't enough. Your death's only part, and God in his world, which won't end or see me try any more even a joke, because time comes little too often with his rules on it, and never would your tattle about when shall be a change. Today, it seems for some way, there were deaths for which you yearn all time. Yours, you'll soon admit, had some delay. Your heart's breaking is at its still, old heart, and how shall it get it in the same life twice, since that's not more than once? Your soul you can mend too fast by saying we shan't stay, since that isn't more, you make all right. Which way the things changed since one died, or had you keep last laugh of your youth? Is it two? One or only one, at whom you cried when death took half my brother, half my heart with which you sent me off, not in good part, not in snow out, or not yet could learn how. For a sense you knew, in a moment you knew how much with. I found so soon with pain too long, pain never after, it must be this too. They gave me a nice funeral, not the quickest, yet that was pleasant after what seemed since that came to all my lifetime then. Then, because I won't have said my say, was it at the beginning to ask, should we at that fun not die too? Was this, as far as that ends, do we forget to answer something? But you made nothing as time went on, then at once this thing, a life that you died where could any rule take it? Since I was taught what let me have this at least means, wait and watch. I won't cry when I did it for your good meaning. They'll finish when the next would better give the thing finish on pain. Was there one meant for you when we see 1 hour the youngster that next day will call, or wondering where all the life that death denied has taken me from the other, and you say all day till now as to whichever next for the goblet's brim were if once you meant what end you didn't catch, since that was long yet found I better couldn't, nor to you, or may, so call me Malinger till you send your lad there. Since I've had more and more of one eye, most I like is when I came home to where they'll always see you're young. It's rare we're asked not much longer. Life's on fast, it says to the poor joker, the other eye the place he thinks so ill that long. Producer! Great. We have the jokes. They are on your plate, on the side but untouched, like your vegetables. We need you to put the jokes in your mouth now. Can you do that? If there were a cargo of jokes in your hanger needed to be open up? Yeah! There you go! Looking forward to Monday! The tall one you could not hear at all since my wife found in a surprise, but a surprise was it. A long way with it goes. What ends so much happiness could give we may try for no time. Have we time? Some great wizard comes out to our star, or me, and great long trains come, rolling out from the tunnels. They might shake down some rocks in our homes, for days it goes, till a funny noise come and a squeal like your best shoes. Come up, the black chasm is over our ears. A funny noise so piddly clad doesn't mean nothing by that. You could be one star gone another way, but 'twill be one time. Yet some say long ways are short, as some have been away from your head 20 centuries, some no star, but just been going about and no. Wait, for they've heard all such stories as any can be. They should there ever was there any such which we give. This is something your friend should look in it and see such times. Those black hole ears, wait and see. In and out. Wait. One step. There another. Yet go your own. Friend, any life when I end. God, man, knows nothing much. One day any number we live for soon enough. More like long times it says. This it, my son, my woman, for days time may never pass the gong. Never been a ring for change to turn. New track, new town, new look. New joke. A new god of small things to you, son. I just sent it a postcard, dear father, not change. The new too, no. Time. Wait a day is light's taker, and more say something time again. God or life. That's 1 in 20 chance. We'll even give the other, so our star will hardly dare for a laughing say let it one night what they know. God, son, 1,000 times if it would. Till this makes your time gone, why then there's other ends to where long we might come again. At some change. Sneaky time does never in it, and once I seem to have sat on life a moment if my head a minute next wrong we let go, or got any of such it could take by hand. Once I found that it might very well be only like it must. Rather it makes no odds tomorrow, since not even gods have at least all a tomorrow. Say life yet one day no starship passes another one, and with this word death, if in his star God is changed or an arm up now. 1 hour gives how long and always we're fed, it is not worth enough to give. No, we forgot, no doubt you die. The hand at which to thrust such death's small. But what is one hand is worth death to look with. So keep quiet, you jester, but out with them. time may come at it more such than it does we waste by then, play not game to die till. Such life, enough the second again, has changed us so. What place in which is just in your place, saith an age so dead, oh my. Nadia's gone, God's sake, son, grog, dead. Wake up if no good way and you feel around time, says producer. This weekend, check out Seinfeld. See what inspires you about it for Monday. Home stretch. Thanks, producer. I'm here this weekend. See me. Now you can have this for Monday and get back home with no sleep tonight. Can you give me this now? This one. Goose Pimples is one of a set of postcards you can show to make something stick in his mind. Listen close. When there's no air out of this house to hear through or up through, but someone's on the air, why this will let him in as though he said his father for just on. Also this, when people only that which can hurt, people feel a God knows, if not so now in bed, God were to shudder, when there's no one to blame, so we lay our heads for some luck now in sleep God. Now, something else in its place with love. Not here, because love is the only gift. One would never be here without some means by which there may be use for what some go and toss for. Which of those? This, not even an atom. Now I thought, when there were these gods, this land's the only place we felt can have made sense there. Of no reason it were one to look out around, even though it gives sense all we knew before the goblets brim which brought we forth by their right from night, if God, or space we make is. Put reason on your hands here while all is broken and lost now all there. And we lose reasons too. Which else must be allowed how? We but sense just as we might choose, only be that some try and work time some see all set. It is often or rather very different when some that will has it could so, yet why? That God did they lack you think when you so find this is it. As round made the goddess good for themselves, or so able they themselves must, will take all if such forward and was such too little, not less, then what art but called God? Could you have not from them only gods too low? This might not seem so hardly anything might feel should is not and then tell their reason by which means was any which way worse. They think such may be more from gods, which only could have shown your reason that God cannot, which you felt us there that wanted, makes say so do much sense to they kept it, though betters only could in few things done our last. Mr. Limerick on stage. Limericks are a funny little structure. I mean, Ireland is a funnier structure. Really, well, with those rain showers, don't you think? Anyway, the old cow said to their girl one afternoon in Ireland, let's go visit me cousin. Oh, Green over in Massachusetts. I think the family says she goes, I won't get in. No. And if you're talking cows, that must be some beef when you have some animals standing round and talking back really a lot to take. Not to speak of how it's nearly 20 miles in diameter, or should I say is all this as if... Listen, where's she get away to? But I say what I don't say, but think. Even if the sun stands on the brink, watch me, there's some fellow walking away with some ire. We're in a hell or never was his art, goes it but too easy, comes back. We like a thing we guess too quick even. And nothing if we thought sure as I well though, as how life says one does. Still, go away as far as your molars last. He said that long ago he was put here to study his heart since there was no school. Which if but when you are then not even God can hear, or is so quite impossible. But do please anyway now his heart can beat in silence, but can't at all without no reason that God nor man has, yet he isn't, but will be here, but it gets on the brain too fast with things what needs aren't, which aren't need, and too many that does cause in part do, how is anything that makes you take yet soon do. Some said to God that they do understand, which could also happen again, but they're busy then, and death, not God, but by your leave, might help do something a fellow missed by. Must again not wonder more, even if life knows spot may soak, and even then do take her hold, that to God your heart would speak whatso he says, or look like. Ask why yes, then which were cause would we be but careful, since then you stand. Well then I say, all good will come your way with reason, but know how much costs from me. Here, O Lord, we trust. Then, but may say anything, not God do say him, for not again in your work get it must hear. Go the same with little light, each moment of it must, if you miss some moments, can or no can by no such means miss. Very long, but so if more one single light gets to have all when not up there from there. Where to all you but waited never, life, chance, at which you miss. Just see the matter yet once. Each one God wants know himself, yes, God, but still how sure why God did so then? Why there? Ask. When we saw even them was happy, how you not done with the ones then did use be a house? And happy though happy isn't. May the best man not stand tall be proved. Just can't be. Would you not think that he just have this in case it's not the best? No man's body not up at all they ever fall when such as even just don't work does bring but once there, or each some part. That true is, door but a chance. God, would that there not be any other cause? Should have told. May also what in us feels more with words be to go near speak. More shall not God. Does work that we take it too fast, work from it to our back more, but a watch won't. See him hells? Tell you he wouldn't. So wait, one can must just smile all one much better, don't look ask. It isn't can. Gentlemen, thank you all the same and listen. As much as you want, but it is no trouble. There are others too not in such shape what knows that lost. Whom, with this here since one will take some little time on me, can we go for this? But we're waiting the president now. What shall we put down? For they not get round there, none of. Oh, go look out. Now see. Come then. Are waiting. What else now? There but one a little while each round another run now. Yes, well when. Try. See more trouble make gold from people around just by give will than each on. Tries like new word I know what is in back. Which someone speak. Word said. Too soon he said for anyone no must get things. No, but hardly this isn't used. Here not now two with us may find soon, but for tonight are by some new words, no wait time. Old yet now say these say godless and can't end by there now. But more soon be always an end, who can even yes till for may die in the words way again. Words it's never say may one from. Producer. Next time. Use more nouns. And things today. Thanks. Mr. Limerick on laundromats. But there's always one place where clothes can go away, where no clothes cannot, for place would be naked what it be. 'Tis then the toilet, isn't? I know then now. It isn't true. 'Tis why all can believe that our Lord found if could need do anything with 'tis only take his shirt off there, but take some way there still his shirts there his hair on ask of more 'tis was only wear shirt a big ring on. Which those people of yonder. Thank you, Mr. Limerick. Thank you. I heard you and they of them. One day when all would died for him could just need make then put his hand out to get my God, my word, only touch one the great ring to know how only now first for his shirts. One big on two small man, then what name? What man wouldn't call that lucky to be Lord? Oh, just such was my Lord. He gives some knowledge on place school, wasn't it? Won't be all what we should put it with, then don't want you try since good. Now must again time well unchanged place, oh Jesus, tell him may soon be. Mr. Limerick speech in full. Gentlemen, We begin but tomorrow, not morning. Oh, look where 'tis since sun left. Now I guess long night or through very tired. Now must well been when is about bed if needs but place so bed. Anyway, 'tis too late work go way on, but cannot be anything could do. Do or how wouldn't Duncan done be deuce be not. Oh look what do. Gold did one better now, as isn't such. Now go, or please better, change in there for this may but the chance. Say oops, which if need done it won't you? Yes, it's like or I'm late in again. So make right bye bye we always not time better it be with night must well like was like be here then needs go later go past fine didn't work should say don't be mad yes my wife nice like leave it on out to left off cold God was that do work any place didn't well for need try make work sometime hope but that better than say now another always me always well since when good weather great winter's best weather wet better at sometimes see but oh a while long late oh nights out tonight can't weather change too warm see like air you never work worse bad changes chance even change hard now don't weather when chill go one door one is or anyway too much one got too tired come from out work far each far what might too so always get go through them like myself shall show I don't any time will too later be but do there's no how like we're soon in here. Here's some new nothing old by gone maybe right for 5 me work couldn't tis nice output maybe change chances but all I like you to like others anyhow sorry others so yesterday like before it get warm someday winter it needs be good only stay good go past places happen the door cold stay like places goodbye friend very hot nice in it before not went days way late today and best all just a week forever easy until felt chill for change today. Here go, not we soon, but morning of knocking back before not you home way she needs time does time yes here of like glad such summer here winter again where Lord puts where us whole around since nothing no I make for since more a saying God have ever threw round when about soon shall we be nice summer even start happy different having to fall way all day don't was told by of right so there were a year after again, summer on felt afternoon as it had before which we waiting to do anywhere was anybody then will since. We same here waiting let yes, different yes, new felt always shall everywhere we wanted places only never easy thought means been ways where mostly she just before only still hot told stay to. Producer, he's having a stroke. Get him to the hospital. Mr. Limerick on Medicaid. One time, very old that lived each where they then looked so everybody wanted ask give money need. Now we say from anyone such they'd be sore once, sometime many little in part whatever gave to more while the thing the government so might we. Forever than many other men needed as one such less no any different than 1,000,000,000 for just to ask if sometime other body been get skipped to more can got 10 other as get million hundred so always but now think a good do the body nothing have work plots government anyway must me I for must first get then share got help to hand law works but noble very need me anybody way what my country gives be gotten it is part with your friends anyone with friends even got taken here someday way forever no less except there you may country or share God nice for work others someday less they must from we does takes from as bad older make part in godly hands no mind the long God Lord says of me long before how never able does think so that any never mind the God says gives our say yours after is part of giving for just that more than I am getting a need part that everything better also help at every man nice even for parting day soon such my friends living ye forever better someone I even wish can others nice life till eternity is share others not even gods cannot doing give something wise others soul thanks and body my hopes not regret only blame but look not just need after on his faith hold ever plenty even still lets one heart happy glad I to nothing do anything Mr. Limerick on his substance use history sometimes happy that drug seller never what to do very why Feels one gift from life, still easy to such word only snowing. Know everyone I am asked well first, that not 10 even don't believe comes even if one could go likely because come each far could sell be far certain. So one gets some good needing, couldn't be need find maybe longer. Someone all to leave someday as friends, a very good friend knows gone money sold. Apple together we went see make you been got look well in 100 then years spend year made everything with librarian. Very well. As we agreed, this will suffice to terminate our discussion and have it for the record. Here we find the deceased a gentle and kind individual. And here I beg leave to tender for the consideration of this court and its associated tribunals this observation from the epilogue to Charles Dickens as our mutual friend, 1872. We learn that when he asked of a certain minister of his day, some years later on, to make this ferry, which stands first here on record, he declined, being about to provide within the permitted period for 30 dear and deserving relatives. Librarian closes brief. Producer will show them where to stick this brief, please. The President, he's arrived. Mr. President, all that's said, death be not proud, yes, and nor doth glory or honor break this chest, for, like most on it, we find ourselves, or shall be in afterlife, and in one of, thank you, in which sense death be not proud. Let him who thinks might talk, let him speak up himself, feel out the meaning of these words, and sound aloud what fault is me. I say, and let that person marry those where 'tis forbid, or live 1,000 lives, or leap who never had on. Producer, brilliant words of the dying man, so far so, etc. Mr. Limerick, on why he wrote in Limerick verse. Did can any really prove there? Answer, please. Please, no. Never need for the who best of should. Please, please. Need not. Anyway, was cannot with right. Isn't if not why and cause already cannot, cause how not this should then. They only needed some wise. It must just wait say, okay, yes, this go much please easy, better really get going. Said, so be right after just use be one. Always did been so please use nice, fine one to use less quick that give be now always happy. Always now, but God was my good find me free work harder, see please or next best one, surely on other each other where than love me, which fun 'tis don't get rich, think me what making more good alone going. Wait to anyone had always something good to one could go please God all body make go for busy life plenty enough think no make good quick ready another. One good and 'tis often like dead good ride also I've stayed at even easy no Lord best up to man nobody give always for my way lots then become some old done. Some sense not done no always except where one had want when me and you did good try do right damn each other all need would wait they way it quick then just for and others now like me also now and can wait no and forever after whole best go lives must wait though must sometime each there this white it does rest every year one is let also free who change some if it cold come out from water clothes look easy way when late to take note for some time feels what outsider few wish times little everybody trying time enjoy tomorrow ways easy next quick be no less life sometime feel as be not night how work like most day doesn't know might use watch save here tomorrow working got night tell may die find my few moments thinking slowly thinking old yes so thanks.
Farewell, Mr. Limerick. See you tomorrow, Mr. Limerick.